What's up, YouTube? Banger Jackalope here, Rob Ricks. Quick updates. I'm going to do a bunch of recording this morning. I don't know if I'll be able to do a bunch more recording like this until probably after the weekend, so I'll try to get a bunch of stuff done. I know haven't done story time in a while. My fucking nose running. Excuse me, hang on. Cloth here. I want you guys to see my boogers this whole fucking time. I'm in still a substantial amount of pain, but quick health update. So for 11 years now, I thought I was running with gout. For those of you who are not familiar with gout, it's a very painful form of arthritis. You get these crystals of the joints, and they cut and they hurt really bad. So about 11 years ago, I was on the floor in pain, just sure that I had broke my fucking heel. And went into the ER, and the motherfucker is doing assessments on me, and he's like, yeah, I think it's gout. And I'm like, you're fucking tripping, dude. It's not in my toes, it's not in any digits or anything else, it's not fucking gout. He goes, we'll do a blood work. I'll show you it's gout. So the fucker does some blood work on me, and I have some uric acid in my blood. So he's like, there you go, uric acid, you got gout. And I was like, wow, okay. Took it at face value. So every time I had what I thought was a gout flare-up, I would treat it. And I'd go talk to a new doctor, and they would say, oh, you were diagnosed with gout? You've got gout. Nobody ever did any follow-up. Nobody ever did, any x-rays of the areas or anything. And, it's always blood work, and I've always had uric acid in my blood. And I'd have these gout flare-ups, and they would give me this medicine called indomethacin, and I'd take it, and wouldn't do shit. But I would take some shit like Aleve or whatever, and every so often it would taper off, and no big deal. Well, recently I thought I had graduated because of the location where I normally have my gout, which is the heel. Thought that I had graduated to gout in my Achilles tendon, because my Achilles tendon just lit up one day last week, almost a week now, and it was just agony. I mean, it fucked my scoring system up. They ask you, hey, rate your pain 1 to 10. And, I had gotten as high up as 9 a couple of times. But those were fairly short-lived episodes. I'd throw my back out really bad, and at the most acute part, where that instant stab, that would be a 9, but it wasn't sustained. The sustained part was probably like a 7 or 8. Well, I was in bed. I was hitting 9.5, and fuck, I think I'm hitting a 10. And I'm like, well, fuck, I might have to roll a spinal tap and go to 11 here and have to reassess my fucking numbers. So anyway, it was so bad. It was so deep. It was so constant. I started worrying that I had deep vein thrombosis, DVT. And so I told my wife the next morning, and she said, get your ass in the ER. So I go to ER. They do some ultrasound on my fucking legs, no clots. And they're like, yeah, you're no clots, you're not life-threatening. I'm going to refer you to a specialist, get the fuck out of here, basically. So, who the fuck is Skyping me on my phone? Momento, por favor. That's fucking weird. Well, sad deep. I'll ping it back in a little bit. So anyway, I'm in pain. They give me crutches. I'm laughing. Fuck, what do I need crutches for? I've got a cool cane at home, and I can use that to get around. So I come home that night, and at night it just got worse. And they said, elevate your feet. Rest, elevate your feet, ice, ace bandage, all these different things to try to reduce the inflammation. And that second night was damn near as bad as the first night. And so, I call into talk to the specialist, and of course, they're like, well, we'll see you on Monday. I'm like, fuck me. Okay, so the whole weekend goes by, and then it starts getting better, like a lot better as the days went by. And I'm like, oh shit, this is not a fucking Achilles sprain. I think this is acting like the gout, because the gout, I'd have what I thought was the gout. I'd have it really bad, and then within 3 or 4 days, it was gone. It was good. So anyway, I go to see the specialist, and I tell him, yeah, I think I got gout, and blah, blah, blah. And he stops me, and he goes, well, wait a minute, hold up. What makes you think you have gout? And I said, well, the ER guy I saw 11 years ago said, yeah, you gout. He goes, that's stupid. You don't have gout. So he pulls up the x-rays that we just did. And when you have gout, you have these little clouds along the joints and stuff like that. And that's how you can tell that there's gout. And since I was right in the middle of what we thought was a gout episode, you would see stuff. He said, no. He said, you have a really jacked up shaped heel. First and foremost, you have this really acute angle at the top part of the heel there, and the Achilles comes down. Well, here, I've got a picture I took. And he said, and right here, you've got a bone spur sitting right at the Achilles. And I'm like, so I don't have gout? He goes, I don't think you have gout. So, what do you know? So I was fucking like, on the one hand, I was like, yeah, I don't have gout, right? Because if I would have had gout in the tendons, they would have had to slice my heel open, cut the tendon, slice the tendon, take the mass out of the tendon, suture up the tendon, reattach the tendon, take any other gout that they had right there, close it up, done deal. I still have to go through, slice the heel, go in, shave the bone round, remove the bone spurs, reattach the Achilles. So anyway, slice it. I still have anyway you slice it. Anyway you look at it, I'm going to have operation and procedure. So I'm not looking forward to that. Rehabilitation time on that is 2 weeks off my feet, which shouldn't be too bad. I don't really do a whole lot but sit in my fucking cave in my studio making wackadoodle fucking videos and shit like that, and doing design work and things of that nature. And then 4 weeks with a boot. The boot should be fun. Some big black things that sit on the feet. And then that's followed by 10 weeks of excuse me. Followed by 10 weeks of physical therapy. So that's about 4 months of trying to literally get back on my feet. But purpose of this video is, you know what, if you guys have, excuse me, I don't know what it is. There's something out here that's really causing my nose to get fucked up here. But if you guys are a big person like me, let's be blunt, if you're fat like me, and you go in, don't let those fuckers just automatically fucking draw conclusions. If you think your fucking foot is broken, make those motherfuckers give you an x-ray, especially if you got health coverage. You don't have health coverage, I'm not going to give you any advice, because anything that you do, they're going to fucking rape you. They're going to charge you up the ass. But if you've got coverage, man, tell those motherfuckers, man, x-ray my shit. I want to know. I want to see it. Especially if they say, oh, you got gout. Okay, motherfucker, if I got gout when you do the x-ray, you should be able to see it too. You know what I mean? That motherfucker just looked at me and said, fat ass and gout. You know what I mean? And because of that misdiagnosis, I have suffered for 11 fucking years. You know? That cocksucker had looked and said, oh shit, yeah, you got a bone spur here. It might have been a simpler procedure. They might have just been able to go in. I mean, shit, I could have had a broken heel at that point. I went back and I'm looking at the x-ray. I could see like little hairlines that could have been old injuries. You know what I mean? But bottom line is the cocksucker could have done an x-ray, and if there was gout, he would have saw the gout clouds. And if he would have saw the bone spurs, they could have did the operation 11 fucking years ago, and I wouldn't even have known. I mean, realize the whole time I was on my cruise, I hobbled, I walked, I fucking limped. You know, I was hurting on the cruise with the fucking gout. What I thought was gout. It turns out it's a fucking bone spur sitting right on my fucking heel. And the more I walked, the more it got inflamed. Well, what are you doing on a cruise? Walking all around the fucking ship. Walking all around the ship. You know, before that we were on vacation in California. Walking, walking, walking. Always fucking walking. All the times I went to fucking Disneyland and walked fucking, you know, 17 fucking miles and then was laid up. You know, it's just, the quality of life for the last 11 years has been better part of shit. You know, factor in the herniated disc in my back and my neck, and that shit, yeah, it's just fucking horrible. So anyway, demand it. It's your fucking right. You know, don't suffer through a misdiagnosis like I did for 11 fucking years, only to have a fucking foot specialist look at this shit and laugh and say, dude, you don't have gout. Motherfucker. Right? So anyway, that's the update. I'm going to start banging out. I'm going to start trying to get back on the horse and get some more of these story times in. I know a lot of you guys are really enjoying those, and my memory has markedly improved since I haven't been doing a bunch of late night things. My memory right now is a little bad because my sleep's been really impacted severely by the bone spurs and the torn Achilles. So anyway, this is the first one. It's kind of an update slash story time, and just wanted to share with you guys. All right, so if you like it, please subscribe. Tell all your fucking friends. Until next time, please be good to each other.